The sweet watermelons in the melon field are round in the melon field of my grandpa in the countryside. There grows a special watermelon called yuan yuan. Its body is round and plump like a small green rubber ball. It is also dressed in a dark green striped flower dress, which feels slippery. It lies on the melon vine, basking in the warm sun every day and drinking sweet dew, gradually growing a belly full of sweet juice. That early morning, Grandpa came to inspect the melon field. He patted his round belly, and the thump, thump, thump sound was particularly clear and crisp. Grandpa smiled and said, "Yuan Yuan is mature now. It must be very sweet." Just then, the little girl Lely and the little boy Young Yang from the neighboring house came to play. When they saw Yulanyum, their eyes lit up. They had been looking forward to eating the watermelons grown by their grandpa for a long time. Grandpa carried Yulanyum back to the yard, washed it clean with clear water, and cut it open with a click. The red flesh of the melon contains black seeds, and a sweet aroma wafts out at once, as if a handful of sugar has been sprinkled into the air. Lele and Young Yang stared at the watermelon, their mouths almost watering. Grandpa first cut a large piece for each of them and then several pieces. He asked Lele to give them to the grandma next door and Yang Yang to give them to the little dog or Huang at the door. Lele walked to her grandma's house with a watermelon in her hand. Grandma took a bite and said with a smile, "So sweet, sweeter than honey." Young Yang placed the watermelon in front of Huang. Huang licked it, happily wagging his tail and rubbing it against Young Yang's hand. When they returned to the yard, Grandpa cut the biggest watermelon and handed it to Yuan Yuan. Of course, he pretended to do so, smiling and saying, "Yuan Yuan, thank you for bringing such a sweet taste." Three little friends were sitting under the shade of a tree, eating watermelon bite by bite. The red juice of the watermelon stuck to the corners of their mouths, as if they had applied sweet lipstick. Lele licked the corner of her mouth and said, "It turns out that sharing the watermelon with everyone is sweeter than eating it alone." Yang Yang nodded and handed a washed melon seed to his grandpa, saying, "Next year we will still grow sweet watermelons and share them with more people." The setting sun dyed the yard orange red. The remaining melon rind of Yuan Yuan was made into a small potted plant by his grandpa and placed on the windowsill. When Lele and Young Yang went home, they still took the melon seeds given by their grandpa. They know that this summer, because of the sweet watermelon Yuan Yuan and the joy of sharing, it has become sweeter than the flesh of a watermelon and warmer than the sunshine.